Joined by head coach Joe Spallina, Ellie Masera, and Emily Manning following today's 19-7 NCAA Tournament first round win over Niagara. Coach, can you begin with an opening statement?
Yeah, I'm really excited for our group. A great team win. Checked all the boxes, things we were looking to do. I think the biggest thing, for us was getting out to an early start, jumping out on them, and obviously the NCAA experience for them. They're coming off that big win they had. We thought we'd be able to kind of jump up on them with the veteran, experience that we have. I think our players did a great job of establishing that early lead, never looking back, and being able to, have running time by halftime was enormous for us today. But I think also when you look at the benefit of that, I'll have us on Sunday being able to rest a lot of our starters in that second half. It goes a long way in making sure that we're good to go. But you look at, overall, 19 goals, really complete effort by our group. And it's got to be, we got to be, we're starting to play our best lacrosse now, and what better time to be doing that than, going to play number 3 seed.
Coach, you mentioned the 13-3 halftime score. What do you think you guys did well coming out of the gate there? Right? It seemed like you kind of punched them in the mouth, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I thought we were efficient. I think they came in with a plan, and I think the good thing for us with our squad is we can beat you in different ways. We're not a one-trick pony. So, I think they came out and they had a plan, and I think evident the first goal we scored of the game, was Ellie dodging, show and dodge, early slide. She stepped off the dodge and then fed Charlotte inside for a layup, and I kind of set the tone because then it's like, all right, do we slide early? Do we slide late? And we're fine with whatever. I think that's the evolution of Ellie's game as well, just being able to distribute the ball if they slide early and not, the other way. I think Caitlin Hart does a nice job of that too. And a lot of attention goes to those guys. And I thought Alex Finn, was really good offensively as well. As she's we're going to need her playing really sharp lacrosse, playing against a zone-heavy team, I would imagine, in Syracuse on Sunday. So I think those are all things that we're looking for our squad to do. And those guys, I thought we jumped out early and caused a lot of turnovers defensively, and really made it really hard for them.
You mentioned veteran leadership, right? How important is it to have a senior graduate upperclassman leading group to help with the experience and they show the way for the underclassmen? Yeah,
the experience is everything. Right? These guys have played in so many NCAA games now. I don't think they're not overwhelmed by it. So I think it's one of those things, and everything's amplified in the NCAA tournament. Every goal, the celebration's a little louder, and every save is momentum changing, and I think those are all the things that in a veteran group doesn't really move the needle one way or the other with those things. So, I think that's what you get out of a group that's kind of seen it all. They've been in so many different spots, and be able to experience that kind of stuff. So, it's they make it look easy, this group. So I think that's obviously a really good sign for us.
And a game like today, 19-7, the final score, you get to play virtually the whole bench, right? How important is it to get everybody's feet wet in this time of year in these big games?
Yeah, we have a lot of kids that being able to have a game like this where they got playing time, so they have a little bit of the taste of the NCAA experience. That goes a long way in those kids' careers, and obviously that's tremendous. And for me to be able to rest Hart and Charlotte and Claire for a lot of the second half is something that could pay major dividends for us on Sunday, while those other kids getting their playing time pays major dividends for the program down the road.
And looking ahead to Sunday, obviously matchup here, Syracuse, Stony Brook, second time this year. Thoughts on the matchup, and what will it take for the Seawolves to move on to the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, there's a lot of program overlap, I think, and there's a lot of similarities in the style of play. So it's almost playing against yourself to some degree. You got to execute well. You have really high-skilled offensive players. You have a lot of zone-heavy concepts, for both teams, and I think that's one of the things where we got them the first time, but it's a game where we were down 2 in the fourth quarter. We came back, took the lead, and then they tied it with 10 seconds to go to send it to overtime. So anything's possible in these games, and it's about big games are big games because both teams are good, so they're going to make plays. And it's how you answer their big plays and how they answer ours. So either the team goes on a long enough run, it's something where that could be the difference in the game, even if it's in the first quarter. So it'll be a point of emphasis for us. I think, I've had my assistants, preparing for Syracuse as well as Niagara, but we were obviously making sure that we were prepared. You're not prepared for Syracuse in one day, so we had to make sure that we were pre-prepared going into, making sure that in the event that we did advance, we were ahead of things. But again, concept-wise, skill-wise, personnel-wise, even the assistant coach, Caitlin DeFelice, was my assistant. Sydney Brecker was the assistant here. I coach Kayla. There's a lot of, we all know each other. So it's about going out and executing at a high level, or, your season ends Sunday. So that's our goal is for me to be able to coach these kids on Monday.
Emily, you getting number call today in the second quarter. What was going through your mind as you entered the game?
The whole time I just tried to be ready. Just go out there. I just wanted to do my best for the team, and I think the defense put me in a really good position the whole time I was in and set me up for the saves that I made. So all the credit goes to them.
You made 5 saves today, seeing the ball really well. What was working for you out there today?
I think just staying patient, watching the ball. Coach always says, see the ball, save the ball. So that's what was going through my head today, and just trying to be patient and do what I do.
We have a unique thing with goalies. We don't tell them who's starting. So I think it's one of the things we want them to prepare is if they are the starter. Emily's a veteran. She was in the goal last time we played Syracuse. We trust her. We trust our goalies. We're going to need saves on Sunday to be successful. We're going to need goals to be successful. But I'm really excited for her, having not played the last couple of games, to go in there and play at the high level that she played. She's been working really hard in practice, and it's been incredible in practice. And I told her specifically to be ready early today, and and throughout our practices, I think she's been phenomenal. So you have to have the right mindset to be in that position. And Emily, she's a pro.
And Emily, last one for you. You make your NCAA Tournament debut today with this group. What was it like experiencing that with this team?
Yeah, it was awesome. I've never been in an NCAA game before, so to do it with these girls, I love them all. I love this team. So just to be able to do it with this group was really special, and it was such a good atmosphere. And it was a lot of fun, so it was good. I had a good time.
Ellie, for you, winning a game in the NCAA Tournament never gets old, right? What did getting this one mean to you, and looking ahead to Sunday's matchup with Syracuse?
You mentioned it before with the senior heavy team, so I think it means a little bit more this year. Not that it hasn't meant any less in the past, but I think we all just want to win for each other as much as we want to win for ourselves. So we had good vibes today going in. We had great vibes in the locker room, and then we brought it out on the fields, and we did what we do, and now we're moving on.
In today's game, you finished with 10 points, 6 goals, 4 assists.
That's it.
6 goals, 4 assists. It's your regular day at the office, right? I don't know if you realize this, but in doing so, you set the CAA single season record for points. So I'm just telling you that now. What that means to you to accomplish that, that's no small feat there.
That's huge, but I think it goes to show how deep our offense is, because when Hart's getting locked off on the left side, that opens up things for me, and if Finney was getting locked low, and that again opened up some lanes for me. And with the assists, there's no 10 points without those 4 assists, and that's relying on my team to finish. So if I feed the ball, I know that they're going to put it in the back of the net. All the credit goes to my teammates. That definitely doesn't happen without every single girl on the offense.
And last one for you, Ellie. Busy week, right? A lot going on in the NCAA Tournament, but for you personally, you get drafted number 3 overall athletes unlimited draft. Yesterday, the announcement of being named the Torton finalist, only the 2nd player ever in Stony Brook history, but next to Kylie Oldmiller, right? Have you been able to process all that, and can you reflect on that, even though it's happening in real time?
Yeah, it's definitely, it means so much. I mean, it's an honor to be selected to any of these things, whether it's the 3rd pick, the 16th pick, but the love of my teammates, that carries me through. I mean, they calm me down. They're like, you're good, you know what I mean? So if I'm ever in my head, I know that I can rely on them, and they're my biggest support system, so they're always proud of me for whatever. As it goes both ways, so I'm proud of them for everything that they do. So yeah, and him too. He's the best. I'm no one without him. So
What a week for her, right? I mean, it's hard because everything's happening at one time. So I think if you take those things separate, that would give you the best week ever. But when you get them all within a couple days, that kind of packs everything in. But tremendous for me to be Coach Kylie and Coach Ellie and mindsets, and just what great people they are, what great teammates they are. It kind of epitomizes, and I put something out, like Ellie epitomizes what this award is about. Just being a love of the game, appreciation for the sport, an ambassador of the sport, but also, a tremendous player. When you look at what she does, and it's not a knock on the other finalists, but there's nobody that does what she does. There's just not. Like, it's not a knock on anybody. She's winning draw controls, and she's scoring goals and assisting. It's really hard. Right? And, it's incredible to have another player to be able to do that. And, but I know Ellie the way I do. I think she would trade all of that in for us to have practice on Monday. And I think at the end of the day, that's where our minds are at. I know it's hers, and I want her to be able to soak these things. It's crazy, right? You're the all-time CAA scorer in a season. That's like the fourth best thing she's done this week, right? So it just goes to, that's the kind of week she's having. So bet on 12.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Coach, I got one more. What about that picture we saw last night? It was a picture from, I don't know, maybe it was the spring of 2017.
Yeah, so there's a great.
Now 7 years. What is it? 7 years later. How far?
There's a great picture circulating about, it was the day Ellie committed. We had practice at Stony Brook, and we were hoping she would commit. She wound up that day showing up at practice to commit, and little did we know, we told her when during her recruiting trip that she could have a chance to be, an incredible player, one of the best players ever to put the jersey on, and lo and behold, I think she's somebody who's put her name in, but she has a chance to continue doing something that no player ever put the jersey. She can help lead us to a Final Four. I think our goal is to win a national championship, and we understand what's ahead of us with another team that's really senior heavy in Syracuse and how talented they are. But we didn't come here, to be second place on Sunday.
Awesome. Thank you guys. That's a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.